Welcome to MXGP Pro. This is the next game I'm going to play, and then I'm going to play 2019, 2020, 2021, and then we're going to play MXGP 2 in 1 in that order, so then we can kind of just like backtrack after we forward track. This one actually has a actual announcer in this game, which was something new for the MXGP game, as you can hear there. Now, I don't remember how this is gonna run. Should run decently. Probably gonna have to just turn it down just a little bit. Everything's pretty high, so we can put it like medium. This game will still look beautiful to watch. It's a little weird looking, I don't know what's that all about. Just had to change it a little bit because I haven't messed with it in a while, but this is MXGP Pro. This game came out after MXGP 3, if anybody was wondering, which I think you should know that it did. So this would be technically MXGP 4, but this game at first got so much criticism for it being very hard to crash and also being a lot slippier than MXGP 3, and also the terrain deformation not really doing much. While in this game you can definitely feel the terrain deformation, it's not good. It's not like MXGP 3 worthy of praise where you can rail the ruts. Now you can feel them, yeah, it makes the track definitely a lot rougher, and if you do get in the rut just right, you might gain a little bit of extra grip, but that's about it. Even though this game doesn't have too less grip, like it's pretty grippy compared to the game that comes after this one, which is MXGP 2019. Like, honestly, when I play this game after I play 2019, I feel like this game has perfect amount of grip, and I see no problem. Also, this game just looks gorgeous, even if my graphic settings are just a little bit low. It still looks pretty good. We're at LaSalle, I think. The Qatar race. I think that's what this race is. I believe this game would have been the last one with this track. So 2017 would have been the last year of this Qatar night race before MXGP, I believe. We were riding as Pardo. That's how you would say the name. I'm never good with names. I got Jeremy Seaver there in the 91. I'm about to catch up to right behind, or right in front of Olsen here. Now this game you would crash because you just barely overjump something, but that would be really in the pro physics. If you keep yourself on your semi-pro or just a regular or default physics, you'd be pretty much okay. It acts like a game, even though that was still a little bit loose. As you can see there, it's still very slidey no matter what. Now we cleared it, now we're back up to 5th. We're in the MX2 class for this first race. That's another thing I forgot to mention. As you can see, you can definitely see it's building up. It's not like 24 where it acts like it's building up, but it's not really building up. You can see it's building up, but it's not in MXGP 3-way where it's just not, or MXGP 3-way where you can rail the rut. Like, you can definitely feel like the transfer of track to, what do we call it, track to the rut, I should say. Or the clean track to the newly made rut. If I can just stop driving like a squid, or riding like a squid. Nice. Okay. Now we're driving like absolute buns, and I'm probably going to do 3 races. Probably do another one, MX2. since these are the same length as MXGP24, and there I was saying about, or talking about the over jumping. Here a game you would have been perfectly fine, and then like this game, I mean that makes sense though, in a way. I mean you would probably more stall out than actually crash, but I mean it does punish you for over jumping things, that's for sure. Lord. God, the off track is just so laggy. I don't know, maybe it's just this track because of all the solar flares that you're gonna see on this track. Or not solar flares, the lens flare because of all the lights there. I think it would just be like just ray tracing, I guess, I don't know. We can definitely get a couple positions if I can just stay on the bike and stay on the track here for once. Not riding the best. I haven't really played this game as much as I would have liked to back in the day compared to MXGP3. And 24, the only reason why I was able to drive the way I did is because I was barely racing. I was more or less just being cautious and not trying to wreck. This, you can really hang it out like in MXGP3, and you have less of a problem of making corners because you still have a lot more grip compared to 24 in this game, so you actually have a chance at making the corner at least. You don't have to go so slow. You can actually, like, if you get the right buildup of a rut, look at that. You can kind of rail it. Like you just have to find a track with the right areas for it, the right buildup for it, and it works perfectly fine. Now it should be better than that, yeah, obviously, but it's not the worst thing ever because it does affect the bike. And it has its purpose, I guess. And I've messed up that jump twice in a row, and the leader just passed the line. I want to at least get 2 more positions here. Okay, we'll settle for 1 more. Never mind. How is that not crossing the line? Well, okay. Alright, here we are at the Argentina track, as we're riding as Hunter Lawrence now, as I completely forgot he was even in this game to begin with before he moved on to Supercross, as he is now. I believe when he races, I think it's Chet Lawrence that has won the championship. I think Hunter is the one that's kind of struggling a little bit, but he, I believe, has won races. Yeah, this track I've always liked in every game that it's been in. I don't remember if it was in 24, but I know it's been in every game from, I believe, 1 to at least 21. It's one of those MXGP tracks where it's just, it's pretty, you get used to it, but at the same time it has enough change to it that you can kind of like it from race or from season to season, because sometimes there's a little hump here, sometimes this jump has changed. Like, they changed it around a lot, so it's not just the same over and over. Like, these bumps sometimes are not even here, sometimes we get a straight shot going from where we just came out of to over here. This one is, it's different, but not by much, and I don't think it's better than 3. I can definitely race it, but it just does not feel as good as 3's. If I say so myself. And that's a lap of that. Forgot, since my resolution's so wide, the goggle cam doesn't really work that well. last lap now. We're gonna do the first corner once more. Or well, the second corner. Yeah, this game, it's not as bad as what people said it was at the beginning. So a lot of people have grown a liking to this game after all the area games that came out after it. And whether it be a Supercross game, a more MXGP game, or the MX ATV games, like the beginning of all Legends, I should say, not All Out. All Out was a pretty good game from start to finish, besides the bugs in the start, but other than that, pretty good. Now, we're gonna be going to 450s. I'm gonna pick a track that I don't think shows up in any other game ever again, besides WWE and Greenwich, because I think that track's been pretty much raced all the time here in this game. It's definitely a track that they never came back to. So I'm not gonna do that and just be overdone for that track. So figure out. Oh god, thank God I built up a good lead there. Or that would have been bad. I like one thing about this is when there's a podium celebration too, you can bring back the whip there.
Riders are returning to their pits.
My controller was kind of bugging out there. But here's the awards ceremony, which I think they took out at the beginning of 2020's game. Because I think they were in 2019 and then they were just gone in 2020 for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, we're here at Fountain Field with Fabry. Do the same time length race, and I believe this is the last time this track was ever in an MXGP game. And that could be wrong, but I think this is the only one that I can think of off the head. Because I don't remember it in MXGP 2019 or ever since 2019. It was definitely in 3, it was in 1, I don't remember if it was in 2. But ever since this game, it kind of just left the schedule of real life MXGP, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I gotta remember on that one, check up just a little bit more, make sure I don't go overboard with that. Ooh, kind of hooked into the berm there a little bit. Almost overshot, went off the track. Also, I didn't feel comfortable going first person 24 because it was already on edge. I don't want to make it worse. I can't wait till 26, so I'm really hoping that game can actually do some good. Because if it does some good, I think we have a good foundation to make these games good again, and not mediocre like they've been for a while now. Be a little careful. We might want to go just the outside, just to make sure that worked a lot better. Another thing about these games that we have is keep the terrain deformation from the last race. Like when you're doing the full weekend mode, have it refreshed during qualifying or practice or wherever. But when you come into the two races, race 1 and race 2, they should keep the terrain deformation for the second race. Kind of like how dirt racing is in general, because I don't remember ever when I've been watching them just refresh the track every single time that a race happens. Now they probably do a little touch up here and there, but that's about it. I don't think they have ever redone the ruts and tear down the ruts again. So we need that. You know, it'd be fun to keep them away from that, but I think it would be cool because then it will show that the track isn't just stale and it's progressive. And it can be progressive and stay progressive. So that's my kind of input with that. I wish we could just have that. Also, I think mainly is because of what the terrain deformation would do in a certain game. Like MXGP 3, I think it wouldn't really work because after like about 5 or 6 laps, that's when the terrain deformation stops getting worse or stops its kind of effect, and it kind of you just kind of add more layers while the other layers kind of just disappear, so it just kind of stays the same, doesn't build up anymore. This game's kind of the same way, but if MXGP26 is any different, where you can make it deeper and deeper and deeper, then I think it would work like that. Especially like an MX versus ATV game, it would work perfectly fine like that. Or at least in the second race, like have pre-made, what do you call it, like braking bumps for it. That'd be kind of cool. And you can add that to like when you're doing a single race, like the track stayed, braking bumps, clean, like half done, you know, like in between where it's not as rough, but it's a little rough, you know. That's a little annoying. Those little bumps where your bike just kind of gets stuck in the dirt for some reason. And it's only happened in this race so far. Oh, man. Whoopsies. Alright, coming to the last lap of this game, and checkered flag here. This game's great. I really think it's a good game. It's not better than MXGP 3, but it is a lot of times better than MXGP 24.
With the help of the
But I wait for this race, or this game, and then we'll see you guys in 2019, 2020, and 21, and then we'll do 2 and 1, and all in that order. 1, because I don't have 2 and 1 right now, and 2, I have 2019, 2020, 2021 on my old Xbox, so I'll get those done eventually.